Welcome to Sociology Visualized. Today, we explore a thinker who revolutionized how sociologists understand everyday life, Harold Garfinkel, the founder of Ethnomethodology. While classical sociology focused on institutions and large social structures, Garfinkel turned our attention to something very small, yet very powerful. How ordinary people create social order in their daily interactions. His work teaches us that society is not just imposed from above. It is produced continuously by people themselves. Who was Harold Garfinkel? Harold Garfinkel was born in 1917 in the United States and became one of the most influential sociologists of the 20th century. He was deeply influenced by Alfred Schutze's phenomenology, Max Weber's theory of social action, linguistics and philosophy. But Garfinkel went further than Schutze. He asked, how do people practically produce and maintain social reality in everyday situations? This question led to a completely new sociological approach, ethnomethodology. What is ethnomethodology? The term ethnomethodology literally means the study of the methods people use to make sense of their social world. It studies how people understand each other, how social order is created in everyday life, how people followed unwritten rules without even realizing it. Core idea: social order is not automatic. It is actively produced by individuals through interaction. In simple words, society works because people constantly make it work. How is ethnomethodology different from traditional sociology? Traditional sociology asks, what are social structures? What are institutions? What are social norms? Ethnomethodology asks, how do people recognize norms? How do they follow them in practice? How do they repair misunderstandings? How do they make actions meaningful? Instead of studying society from above, Garfinkel studied it from the ground level. From daily life. Indexicality, meaning depends on context. One of Garfinkel's key ideas is indexicality. It means the meaning of words and actions depends on the situation in which they are used. For example, the word fine can mean I am okay, I am angry, I am tired, I don't want to talk. Meaning is not fixed. It is produced in context, not in dictionaries. So Garfinkel showed that language is not just communication, it is social action. Reflexivity, actions create the reality they describe. Another central concept is reflexivity. It means our actions do not just happen inside society, they actively create society. Example, when a teacher enters a classroom and says, "Open your books." This does not just describe authority. It creates authority in practice. So, social facts are not only observed. They are produced by social interaction itself. Accountability, everything is made explainable. According to Garfinkel, social actions are accountable. This means people design their actions in such a way that others can understand them. For example, if someone suddenly runs in a hospital corridor, others immediately assume emergency, doctor, patient issue. People behave in ways that make their actions socially intelligible. Thus, society works because people make their actions understandable to others. Breaching experiments, breaking social rules to reveal them. Garfinkel became famous for his breaching experiments. These were small experiments where he deliberately broke everyday social norms to observe people's reactions. Famous examples: treating family like strangers. Students were asked to behave formally with their parents. May I have permission to sit here? Could you please pass the salt? Parents became confused, angry, anxious. Why? Because unspoken rules of family life were violated. Questioning obvious statements. If someone said, "I'm going to the market," students replied, "What do you mean by market? Which market?" Why that market? People became irritated. This showed normal conversation depends on shared background assumptions. What do breaching experiments teach us? They reveal social order is fragile. Norms are usually invisible. We realize rules only when they are broken. So Garfinkel proved social reality is not natural, it is socially constructed and continuously maintained. Garfinkel versus Durkheim. Durkheim believed social facts exist outside individuals. Society constrains people. Garfinkel argued social facts are created through interaction. Society exists because people continuously produce it. So, for Garfinkel, society is not just a structure, it is an achievement. Contributions of Harold Garfinkel. Garfinkel made sociology more sensitive to everyday practices, more focused on micro-interactions, more empirical in studying daily life, more aware of hidden social rules. He strongly influenced conversation analysis, symbolic interactionism, social psychology, linguistics, communication studies, criticisms of Garfinkel. Despite his importance, Garfinkel faced criticisms. Too micro-level. Critics say he ignores big structures like class, power, state, capitalism, lack of moral or political analysis. Ethnomethodology explains how society works, but not whether it is just or unjust. Methodologically difficult. His methods are hard to replicate, often subjective, not easily generalized. Yet, despite these criticisms, his contribution remains foundational. Relevance of Garfinkel today. In today's world, social media, online communication, digital interactions, we constantly interpret messages, repair misunderstandings, maintain social order digitally. Garfinkel helps us understand how WhatsApp chats function, how emojis carry meaning, how silence becomes communication, how online norms are created. So Garfinkel is more relevant than ever. Conclusion. To conclude, Harold Garfinkel transformed sociology by showing us that society is not just a system. It is an ongoing accomplishment, created through everyday interaction, maintained through shared meanings, and revealed when norms are broken. He taught us that social reality is not simply given, it is produced, interpreted, and sustained by people in their daily lives. Understanding Garfinkel makes us realize even the smallest social actions matter in creating society. If you found this lecture helpful, do like, subscribe and share this video. Thank you.